Good morning, Pipers. John Boyd, the U.S. Piper, checking in. Got my old Savinelli Luxor 677 KS. A little bit of Frankenstein mixture. I had a little bit of jackknife plug still broken up in my tray, and threw a pinch or two of the Old Joe Krantz on there and mixed it up. Largely because I wanted some Old Joe Krantz with my coffee, and I didn't feel like putting that jackknife plug a little bit back in the tin. So figured, why not? I like them both. How weird could it be? It's more Old Joe than it is jackknife anyway. So what is that, Old Joe knife plug? Or jackknife Krantz plug? Or Jack Krantz plug? I don't know. Thank you very much. Remember to tip your bartenders. Anyway, I thought I'd show you a bit of kit this morning after some coffee. You know, the thing with pipe smoking is sooner or later you're like, man, I need to carry the damn thing. And I've gone different ways. The first thing I had was actually, believe it or not, this little Chinese-made eyeglass case. And, you know, I'd put a bend in some pipe cleaners so they could fit in there. And that actually worked pretty well. I have a few pipes that'll actually fit in here. It's, you know, it's an eyeglass case. It's not huge, but, you know, I can throw it in a cargo pocket or throw it in a backpack or whatever I'm toting and have a pipe. And, you know, you could put a pouch, you know, a partial pouch of tobacco in with it, keep things quiet and all that. And, you know, I kind of got to where that just, I wanted something nicer than that, as most of us do. Nicer than a shirt pocket or that. So I did what a lot of us do. I ran out and bought, you know, a name brand. This is a Peterson. I opted for the one pipe, and honestly, I don't recommend that. This has the magnetic closures, which are kind of neat. And of course, you pull it open and there's your tobacco pouch. It's kind of a latex lined or something. There's a little accessory pouch. You know, it's not very big, but you can fit a small lighter and a check tool or tamper. You know, it'll fit that much in there. If you fold some pipe cleaners in half, maybe. And then you've got this half zip deal on the bottom. The problem with that is not a lot of pipes really fit in this. There's not a lot of height allowance, and there's only so much width allowance. You can fit like a 673 in here if you hold it and you're almost stretching the zipper, so that's not a good idea. My little 321 Dolomiti, which is, you know, kind of a little brother to the 320, it'll fit in there because it's not very tall, but you can tell height-wise, there's not really much more than that going on, and you're kind of, you know, that's about as wide as you can go. So, you know, if you're gonna go this route, go ahead and get the zip open 2 or 3 pipe version for the little bit more it costs. The presentation in the box as far as a gift was very nice. It's a nice box. It's nicely packed. It looks very old school, cool gift if you've got a pipe smoker, but don't buy the single pipe unless they smoke like little grandpa size billiards, you know, because that's about all you're really going to fit in here without getting lucky. You know, and this was like a $40 pouch, you know, and I think it's, you know, you go up another $15 or something like that to get to a bigger size that's more usable. You're not going to get a bent pipe in here. You can just forget about that. So pretty limiting. Nice, but limiting. And the other thing is it's leather, which is nice, but it's supple, you know. But another way to say that is it's really freaking thin leather. I mean, this is very thin, chintzy leather. I mean, I'm sure it's nice, but the zippers are nylon. They feel like your granny's change purse, you know. For $40, that's not really like a lifetime or long-term investment piece. I mean, if this thing saw a year of constant use, and you'd have to be careful with it, I think, for the zipper to make it that far. You know, I'd be surprised if it saw 2 years of constant use. I'd be surprised that the zipper made it. I mean, eventually that latex lining in the tobacco compartment is going to go. Of course, if you're not using it for that, I guess you could just throw some accessories in there. So maybe it'd be a little better, but you know, there's no good place to really put pipe cleaners in there. You can try to fit a few in with the pipe. If you've got something small like that little 321, you can fit, you know, 5 or 6 maybe is pushing it. And then you got to really be careful closing it with the zipper. The ends of them get bent up, or at least one end does. It's just not a lot of bang for the buck. So I tried different things. I actually tried a different size eyeglass case, and then that was really too big to be comfortable. And then I saw on some forums, I'm coming from more of a tactical outdoorsman kind of school of thought on gear, and I hate to spend money on chintzy crap. And so this is very popular on a few of the forums, and I decided, you know, it'd make a good little mini first aid kit if I didn't like it, so I went ahead and ordered it. And this is from Maxpedition, who makes a lot of like more civilian looking kind of military grade type stuff, ballistic nylon, heavy duty zippers, pulls, you know, Molly fastening points and crap like that. I mean, it's basically tactical gear, but it comes in civilian colors. And this is a pocket organizer. So this is something, if you're wearing cargo shorts or pants that are anywhere near mil-spec, you know, that'll fit in the pocket of that. Or you can certainly lash it, you know, with the appropriate stuff to a outside of your backpack or whatever. Throw it in a bag. Got a little carry handle you could use to pull it out of a rucksack or whatever. But you notice, one, these are not noisy. They're nylon. I'm not going to wear these zippers. These are, I don't know if they're YKK brand, but they feel like, I mean, it's good, self-healing, high-quality zippers that, you know, feel like they're on a rucksack. They're not some junk that's just going to break. And inside, I've got it organized. You can have a surprising amount of stuff. Now, this is just a pipe sack that I use. The only reason I throw it over where I put my organized tool side, so that there's one layer of scratch protection between that and any pipes I have in there, that's just a Peterson 107, which is a big billiard. So you can see you could fit 2 or 3 pipes. You've got all kinds of different Velcro loops. You've got, spandex loops. You've got loops on top of loops in many cases. You've got a zipper compartment under here. You could throw like a pouch of tobacco in pretty easily. There's a pocket up here as far as a pouch of tobacco. This is just a $10, you know, easily replaceable if it wears out, you know, cheapy. I think that's a trifold, that particular one. But, you know, the part that wears out is going to be that. So why not make it just replaceable? There's a nice pocket it fits in. You could throw a pouch of tobacco behind that if you wanted. You can also hide one in there. If you've got some smaller Ziplocs or a tin of tobacco, you could put it in that zipper underneath the pipe tools. But I try not to put much in there because with it sitting nice and empty, the tools lay flat. And then the other thing is you've got that center loop, which holds a nice bundle of pipe cleaners. So, you know, basically throw your pipe thing in there for a layer of scratch protection, 2 or 3 good pipes. It'll fit a 616 in another pipe. It'll fit 2 or 3 billiards or pots, depending on how you mix and match them and get them oriented. But all of them are retained by, you know, the little spandex loops. And it's a pretty nice little piece of gear. When I bought it, these were like $24, $25, something like that. I think they're about $26, $27 now. They've gone up just a little bit, but not much. And you can get them in different colors. They come in like khaki or olive drab or whatever. I just got black because Black is pretty nondescript. If you travel abroad, you can easily seam rip the little name brand off there so that, you know, it doesn't even have anything in English. But yeah, it's good heavy stitch, ballistic, like Cordura type fabrics. You know, good quality, heavy duty spandex strapping in it. Everything's sewn really well. Heavy duty zippers with quiet nylon loop pulls on them. You know, it's like tactical quality stuff. But it makes that one, and they make another pocket organizer. You want to make sure it's the fatty. And there's a few sites that I guess feel politically like they can't say fatty, so they're calling it a beefy or something like that. But it's actually called the fatty because it's the fatter, bigger version of their regular pocket thing. It would also make an excellent lightweight first aid kit if you were, you know, fairly limited, or an ultralight kit if you wanted something, you know, any type of gear you need organized that would fit into that size little case. You know, it's a nice little case, but it makes a good pipe bag. And several people on a couple of the forums I'm on online on Facebook had mentioned it, and I finally caught one, and I'm like, man, that looks exactly like I want. What is that and who makes it? Because I had just gotten that one and realized I didn't really like it. I should have sent it back, but I figured either I'll end up gifting it someday, or, you know, I'll have some little pipe that fits it just so. And but I really should have sent it back. I wasn't overly thrilled with it. So, you know, my quest continued, and I thought about buying a leather pipe roll. You know, some people really like those. I see the utility in them to some extent, especially if you want like a tray type situation when it's open. I could see that, but it's just bulkier and less definitely sealed than what I was looking for. Like, I don't want to pull something out of my pack and find out that, you know, parts of it are not in there anymore. And the way most of them roll over before they fold, you know, I don't think you're probably going to have that be too big a problem. But that's more my modular, you know, I like that. I'm comfortable with that type of gear. So for me, that was a nice little piece of kit to find. And like I said, they're well under $30 free shipping. So you can't beat it as far as something well made. You might find other things you like better, but if you're just getting going and you want something that's not going to be a throwaway, like I said, it's got alternate uses. If you don't end up in love with it as a pipe bag, you know, you could still use it for feasibly other things, you know, a micro fishing kit or a micro first aid kit or what have you, or a secondary carry, you know, option for some of your pipes. You know, if you just want to leave a car organizer, you know, something like that, you could certainly fit 2 or 3 cobs in it or whatever, you know. So it's just something to think about. It's on a lot of the forums, but I hadn't really seen it mentioned on the YTPC that I'm aware of. I probably just missed it. But yeah, it's a cool bag. Check it out. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them on eBay, you know. Yeah, so the Maxpedition Fatty Pocket Organizer is what you want to look up. And again, I know it comes in black, it comes in olive, it comes in khaki. It may come in something else, but those are just the ones I remember offhand. So check it out, and yeah, that's really all I got to say about that. I'm going to get back to drinking coffee and smoking my pipe. Y'all have a good one. John Boy, the US Piper, out.